They said we couldn't do it, but here we are. So let's go ahead and seal this off. Hey, bud. Welcome back. This episode, we're going to focus on our iron lines. My goal will be to kind of have this as an enclosed off area where the truck will be coming into essentially a warehouse that will still function the same to get the ore out, which is all running very well, actually. So let's do that. Actually, we're going to jump on the boss here until the truck comes and rams him. Let's see. I'm actually going to be seeing 9 Inch Nails tonight. Pretty hyped for that. Second time seeing them. I saw them in Detroit last year. It was really good. Oh no. Okay, so that gate is, oh no, the gate will not work, right? At least for now, we have to fix the truck's pathing. I know I'm just standing here bouncing on the boss, but he'll reset. Oh, knock the boss out of the way. He's on his way to empty iron. So I didn't actually have to look for a way to empty it out faster. It looks like we are emptying out the full amount before the truck actually makes it back. So we are going to be looking at how do we most efficiently use the truck's resources that are coming in, especially if we can fit more into it. Just gonna add a little bit of extra road here for our self-driving, which, you know, seems to be about as good as all the major companies out there right now. All right, so let's lock in. We are going to work on extending out that network into our assembler and manufacturer network that we will be building up, but first, we've got to get all of our iron taken care of. Right now, we've got 3 stations set up that are eating about 600 a minute. I need to take this and bring it over to the build site here just so I can recognize what each thing is building, because really the way I envision this is we try and build this up further as the game goes on. And once we start getting trains rolling and we just get more resources into the area, we can actually switch these up rather than having the machines feed directly into an assembler network. I thought it might be more beneficial to build up a warehousing system that we can hold on to these resources and then distribute them out a bit more strategically than just having them run directly from the constructor to the assemblers, because the ratios are easy to get off, and unless you've got a ton of power slugs, which we don't yet, you will have to do a lot of overclocking. And then we will be adding more of these as we get more Mercer spheres, but we are going to want to make sure that we keep our cloud network fully stocked at all times, especially as we get further down the road and are building bigger projects. But that's all we have for now for Mercer spheres. We'll have to go out and search for some more later on. All right. Base 1 warehouse is now fully done. We've gone ahead and closed it off. You can see we've got all our storage tucked away. For each of our iron pieces, we've got one that is not operational, but I built it for the future. It's weird. I just saw him slow down for a moment. I wonder if he was trying to avoid hitting the boss. Hope so. Don't want to hit the boss, man. Get fired. We're going to start building our assembler network on this level up here. It'll be level with the road. I was playing on my Steam Deck last night and was just out exploring, gathering up some more slugs since I was low. And I am going to start applying them to our iron constructors, just because I didn't do any balancing when we were working on building this out. But now that we can actually start overclocking our machines again, we have a decent stack of slugs. We want to start evening some of this out. So small update here. We've got 12 assemblers hooked up right now, 6 doing reinforced plates, 6 doing rotors. We're just going to continue down the line, building out the level 2 items that we're going to need. We really are starting to bottleneck on our ability to move our resources just due to the slowness of our conveyor belts. I really need to complete phase 3 objectives so that we can start upgrading some more, but it's hard to be in a hurry when there's just so much to learn and figure out. Last progress report before we look to end the episode. We've got our smart plates, we've got our frames, and then we've also got our phase 3 item. I think these are modular engines. We're cooking these up right now to make our 500 that we need for phase 3. We are going to end up continuing to expand our build out towards the east, I believe. And I want to look at further storage expansion, not just for the iron items that are being made, but the next level of items that are going to be made. So we need to solve how do we store those efficiently while also being able to create the items that we need. One of the lessons learned from the smelting / vertical constructing project of last episode is we need to come up with more efficient ways of moving the product out. So as you can see, we were cranking out screws, and it's gotten to the point where even with 2 lines running consistently, they are constantly clogged up at the 480 items a minute that we are capable of moving with these conveyors. So it's imperative that we get better lines, and that's why I am ready to get out of this phase and into the next one so that we can increase our throughput to where we were planning for it to be in the first place. The other piece I wanted to show you as part of this update is the copper storage area. I went ahead and just built a smaller storage, very same fashion as the iron lines, but this is just smaller because our copper output right now is far smaller than what our iron is. I don't foresee this being even a long-term solution for copper. I see this as kind of a short-term way of handling our copper needs for now. I think that once we start expanding out further, we will probably knock this out and look at just making this all an iron based area, and then we will set up our logistics network, likely with trains, to start moving some serious product. All right, some time has passed. I've been working on something that I will likely show in the next episode or 2, but we are finally here. We have made it. We've got all of our items required to complete this phase and do it, but here we are. So let's go ahead and seal this off. There we are. Phase 3 in the book. We are now ready to move into a new era. We will see what all gets unlocked when we are in our next episode. See you guys at the next one.